Looking live once again this morning at Buenos Aires, and it's been extraordinary to watch as they continue to file by. By the thousands we will see over 3 days of national mourning to pay tribute to Diego Maradona. There is his casket, draped in the flag of Argentina, in the presidential palace, lying in state. We can't hear what they're cheering, but they're cheering, they are crying, they are throwing jerseys from Argentina, from his years in Naples, and paying tribute to someone who's so closely tied to the identity of the country, who was a national hero for his greatness on the pitch. Nobody forgetting the flaws in his life away from soccer, the addictions, and the many personal struggles. But they are remembering him as someone who was one of the greatest figures ever in their history and paying tribute to that, and particularly to the 1986 World Cup win. So it's been extraordinary to watch the scenes in Buenos Aires and to see the tributes. But it's not just there. There's the outside of the palace, by the way. The years he played in Naples, they are also remembering there. Here's some scenes from earlier this morning. They're already talking about renaming that stadium. And all generations, fans leaving messages and tributes and flowers and paying respects as well to the stadium in which he played and where he really helped change soccer in the south of Italy as well. Napoli, perhaps not as glamorous a club as Turin or as Rome, but he made it so when he played for that particular football club. I mention Rome because all of Italy really is thinking about Diego Maradona, and Megan Williams is live right in front of Rome Stadium for me. Great to see you this morning, Megan. And just talk a little bit about those scenes in Naples, what you're hearing among Italian soccer fans as they, too, pay tribute to Diego Maradona.
Well, you know, as you say, Heather, Maradona is being mourned all over the world, especially in Argentina and in Italy, and nowhere more passionately than in Naples, which is the team that he played for much of the 80s into the early 90s. He went there. I mean, he could have gone anywhere in the world. He was playing for Barcelona at the time. He went to Naples. And in many ways, that city reflected who he was. He came from a poor family. He was theatrical. He was mischievous. He was incredibly talented, and he was human. As you mentioned, he had struggles with drug addictions even before coming to Naples. He was a larger-than-life, incredibly talented player. And for him to go to a city like Naples, which was poor, which was crime-ridden, corrupt, and to give it this incredible lift, not only in the world of soccer, but you know, just an amazing international profile. I mean, after he left, it wasn't too many years that the G8 was held in Naples, and that really couldn't have happened if it hadn't been for Maradona. And you know, he's known in Italy as a geniale player. He's a genius player, and in many ways, the style of his playing reflected an Italian imagination, if you will, the incredible creativity on the field. He was one of the few players. I mean, soccer obviously is a team sport, but he was one of the few players who could make a game all by himself. And he was also a player who was targeted very much in the way that Wayne Gretzky was in hockey. He was so talented that he was targeted by other players who would trip him. And he was incredibly fair. He was incredibly balanced about that. He never overreacted. He had, you know, a very happy character. And I think the most amazing thing about Maradona is not only those games, but watching him in practice. And players who played with him said, you know, the world saw just a tiny sliver of Maradona's title. Like, so much of that joie de vivre and the love of the game came out in practices where he just did amazing acrobatic moves. And it's such a loss to Italy and Naples.
And to soccer, too, tributes from the current players and, as you say, from all around the world, that energy, that talent, people remembering. And Megan, thank you so much for telling us about what's happening in the remembrances in Italy. Back to the live shots again in Buenos Aires as you see the people file. It's been, I would say, 99% men. But you're starting to see some children. You're starting to see some women. This is just such a significant person in the history of Argentina, and remembering and still overwhelmingly sad at word of his passing yesterday. Megan was mentioning his addictions. He died of he had many health problems as a result of those and died of a heart attack at home yesterday, just at the age of 60. But there it is, the lineup that continues and will for the next 3 days of national mourning for the soccer hero Diego Maradona. This is CBC News Network.